What are you doing this weekend?
Well, it's certainly a big weekend. I think it's started off already. I should be spending quality time with my dad this weekend. It's been a while.
Oh, Dad is around, right?
He's just gonna pop in on Sunday. So, I think I'm really looking forward to the German Bundesliga. You want to put your money on the fact that Harry Kane is going to start today for Bayern. He came in the second minute in their German Super Cup defeat. So you want to believe he's going to start today, or perhaps you want to even put your money on the fact that he's going to probably be on score, give an assist today.
Man, I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean it's a good way. It's been a very cool Friday. So if you just get some greens and just have something for the weekend on Hurricane, you can almost put your money on it because apparently he didn't feel particularly good with the result. 3-0, they lost that particular one.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably want to just start on a very good note. So for me, it's going to be a big weekend, no doubt about that. And Nottingham Forest and Sheffield. Nottingham Forest. I played a pretty game of football against Arsenal. Unfortunately, they got stuck. I'll tell you when doing it again.
I think he's out of tonight's game.
He's out of tonight's game, back to back. And I love the way the commentary actually ran. The commentator was like, oh, and the Arsenal fans only has scored against Arsenal again. Is this the last season?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's out. I think he did it. That game was on his birthday, and I think about 24 hours later, the wife took delivery of another of the baby.
Man, that's a big lesson.
It's a huge bundle.
Yeah. Michael, what are you looking for? What game starts off for you this weekend? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Wally. Good evening, Akwe. Good evening, Lagos, and everyone listening. Feels really good to be back here, most especially now that the whole leagues have resumed. I mean, football,
leagues, yeah.
Everyone has resumed. We're back for that weekend of football again. And for me, it has to be Tottenham against Manchester United tomorrow. That game is the first major big game of the season. I mean, Liverpool. That was not a big. This is the major. I mean, it has to start this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that game, and I hope it ends.
I mean, I like the way the Premier League started, right? It's giving us big games coming out. First week, Chelsea, Liverpool. Second week, we've got United, Spurs. Third week, you know what we've got? Arsenal, Man U. That's a good start to the league, right? They'll go on the usual international break, and it's the Premier League. It's a gift that keeps on giving and giving and giving. By the way, Opta's AI supercomputer has named its Premier League Week 2 result predictions, and doesn't look for United because United look like they are set to lose Tottenham according to artificial intelligence. So we'll see what happens on the pitch at the new White Hart Lane tomorrow evening. All right, we'll get on the Premier League and the leagues later on. But on the home front as well, continental football. Premier is back, and we have 3 Nigerian teams in the mix, in the thick of the action. Enyimba at Al Hilal in Tripoli, Remo Stars in Ghana against Mediama, and Bendel Insurance, we enjoy some home comfort in Benin against AS Clef. I think they're expected to keep the ties alive going into the second leg, right?
Well, unfortunately, it's not really been the best of outings for Nigerian clubs side at the continent lately. I think the highest we've had was maybe the second round game for Enyimba when they drove from the Champions League CAF Confederations Cup. But then, I think we've had some really good news of late, especially with the successful season that we had, the Super 8 competition. And for Bendel Insurance, it's a terrain that they've not been to in a very, very long time. In fact, I think they actually shot way above their expectations last season by going the whole season unbeaten, even into the Super 6 as well. So I think from the one to fan start, but for Enyimba, they've got a big game to do in Libya, and then maybe they're still enjoying the excitement of their new multi-year deal, shirt sponsorship deal they signed. So maybe all of that should prepare them. But the essential thing for me is the fact that the NFF is trying to harmonize our football league calendar with all of the CAF continental competition, and it pays us, because one of the problems we've had lately is the fact that most times when the CAF competition starts, our league had not started. So our club side goes into this competition against teams that their league have gone like 15 games, 20 games, teams that are more competitive, and we go into this competition on the back of friendly matches or preseason friendlies and all of that. So I think if CAF, if the league management board is able to harmonize that calendar so that we would start our leagues at the same time the other major leagues are starting, so that we'll go into the CAF competitions with a team that is actually
But when
competing.
you mean the major leagues, you mean the leagues in Europe. Why don't you try also harmonize with the leagues on the continent? Because I think that's what we should look at more.
Maybe you want us to twist this thing. How strong is our league in the continent against the
No,
European powers?
I'm not even talking about strength. I'm talking about harmonizing the calendar.
Yeah, I mean,
because
if
you also have to realize that the calendar in Africa with Egypt, North Africa, South Africa is slightly different to the one in Europe. Although it's a bit harmonized. Like the PSL has, I think, is in its second week of action.
Exactly.
The Premier League also is getting to
They
second
tried
week.
to harmonize
So basically,
it.
it's the same thing.
So that's what I'm saying.
But
Because
we are already lagging behind because we're not started again this
Wale,
month.
you and I know how much of an influence most of these leagues have. I mean, for us to even change the timing of the CAF African Cup of Nations, because top clubs in Europe were complaining that they can't be releasing their big players in January. I mean, we had to alter that time. We had to put it into the odd year. So the influence is just that we cannot hide away from it. But for
Anyway,
me,
the next AFCON is still January, right?
it's still in January.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
mean, we moved from the even year to odd year. That was why Zambia could not go to the work to go play the Confederations Cup as African champion, because they won in 2012,
Yeah.
and then Nigeria won immediately in 2013.
2013,
That
yeah.
was when we altered our calendar just to suit what the big clubs in Europe are saying. So for me, I think the most important thing is that I just want our league to start. I just want it to start. I want us to build on the little successes that we got last year.
All right, let's pay bills, and Mo, come back from that. We'll switch our focus to the FIFA Women's World Cup final. And this conversation we're going to have is majorly not even about the final. It's about the fact that it's been a tournament lacking in individual stars. But whilst it's lacking, who has been the best or the golden ball winner, who are the nominees for the guys in-house? I will have that
Has
conversation.
it been lacking in individual
Oh, of
stars?
course, definitely. But we'll get in depth into that after we pay these bills. Stay put. Still Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3.
You are listening to Sports Update on 98.3 Mainland FM.
If you buy market from your customer and you put small something on top for you, shebi na jara be that.
Yes, now na jara.
So come imagine say you buy one thing, then carry 8 give you. Wetin be that one?
That one na over jara now.
Bam! Hey, now over jara be that oh. Oya run go buy your new Airtel SIM. Come recharge, make you begin enjoy 8 times value plus 1,000 naira welcome bonus.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Eko City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Art, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Eko City Polytechnic include well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus, Eko City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotu Egbe, Lagos State. Eko City Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 54 0610, Wale 091 62 92 7079, Praise 091 62 69 9996, Adelanwa 081 26 580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Eco City Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
Omo, our eye don see win for this cash palava o. As conductor dey shout,
As you enter, so enter with your change.
market women go dey hala.
Abeg, this one don tell, no fit collect now.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
Okay, we no get change. Abeg, use am take sweet now.
when you come see that better yama roasted fish wey don dey hungry you since nko.
I no carry my wallet comot o.
See life not suppose hard like this o. Na im make all of us for Naija dey pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
You are listening to Sports Update on 98.3 Mainland FM.
All right, welcome back. Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. The squad is fully complete. Tilly Young has also joined us. So let's get the show on the road. 6:15 time check. We'll get to Kamaru's Men's African Knockout Championship this weekend. Action is coming up in Lagos. I think that's tomorrow, but I'll get into that later on. But hey, let's face the FIFA Women's World Cup. By the way, Tilly Young, welcome to the show. How you doing? Why are you looking like a Matrix? Right? I mean, the Matrix. You're looking like Neo in native.
Wow. That was nice. That was I don't know how long.
Michael, you know Matrix, you know Neo now.
No.
It doesn't.
Michael did not watch the Matrix.
You didn't watch the Matrix?
I don't watch movies actually.
Also, what do you watch?
I prefer listening to music and just watching live programs.
Or you just said this just to get out of this question. Actually, you don't watch movies at all.
No, I don't watch movies. I'm not a movie addict. I mean,
so you don't heard anything of the Matrix.
So you've never heard of the Matrix?
I heard of it, but I do not know.
Anyways, go and watch the Matrix. Or go check it out. Yeah, it looks like Neo. Black Neo. How you doing?
I am fine, thank you. Good evening. I was hearing the conversation on my way here, and Michael is lucky I did not come in with a slap. But saying that Chelsea Liverpool is not as big a game as Tottenham as Manchester United. Tottenham and United is like the most one-sided. It's just a regular fixture for Man United. I'm sure they are not even. I'm sure they are not threatened going into this one at all. And the minute I heard that on my way, I almost came down from the vehicle and started running to come and slap it.
All right, don't forget we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube before Engineer Dami comes in. We're streaming live on those platforms. On YouTube, it's Mainland 98.3 FM, and on YouTube, on Facebook, beg your pardon, it's Mainland FM 98.3. Now, I left the listener hanging with that question before we went on that break, and it concerns who the Golden Ball winner, likely winner, could be from the FIFA Women's World Cup. And the legendary Italian Arrigo Sacchi once said that there had only ever been one genuine tactical revolution in men's football, and that was Ajax and the Netherlands total football of the 70s. And it was at that point that Sacchi felt that football changed from being a predominantly individual game to being a collective game. Now, what I want to relate that to the Women's World Cup, because what we've seen in this tournament, Tony Young, start with you, has been the collective over the individual. I mean, look at how Nigeria neutralized Lauren James. It was because of the collective, right? Yeah. Look at how Spain have gone about their football. It's the collective. Spain also have looked good in the collective. I thought 2019 we saw some individual stars, although injuries have robbed them of appearance in this one. Midema, the Netherlands, Beth Mead. The ones who came are not contributing.
Was Rapidos, yeah.
Oh, Megan Rapinoe also, yeah. She won MVP and won
I won Ballon d'Or, despite only playing 5
She even won the highest goal scorer at the World Cup as well. Yeah. There was Rose Lavelle. I think the ones who came to this World Cup were hampered by injuries. Putellas, case in point, Sam Kerr, who didn't contribute that much. And once again, he begged the question I asked him following on that break. You were not in by then. That who has been the standout player of this tournament, and it's really difficult to point it out.
I mean, if Lauren James did not have that brain fart moment and step on Michelle Alozie, she will probably be the obvious choice.
So that one is gone
because of the way she started. But having missed 2 games, I mean, she will still play the final, and she might, if she has a never before seen type of final, she has a fantastic final.
I mean, if I was part of the FIFA technical committee, there's no way Lauren James can win the MVP of this tournament again.
Why? 5 games.
Because in the games that mattered, the quarterfinal, the semi-finals, and even the round of 16, she was not available.
But so if she's obviously the best player in the final,
I'm not going to give her the MVP, honestly.
I'm not giving her
I
the
would
MVP.
only give her because of lack of other options.
I think there's only one MVP.
Because we can't do a tournament without an MVP, right?
I think there's only one MVP. I think the MVP is even clear as day. We are just workshopping options. The MVP clear as day is Aitana Bonmati of Spain.
Please, let me hear what.
There's no better player in the women's game right now. There has been no better player at this tournament.
You make a fine point that there's been no better player in the world right now. But there's been better players in this tournament. I can analyze Aitana Bonmati's tournament for you. Against Japan, she had a horrible game.
And they lost for Zambia.
It was Zambia game. I mean, anybody would have done well against Zambia. Just put that there. We get into the round of 16.
Switzerland. Yeah,
she was marked out of the game.
No, she scored an assisted. A goal and assist against Switzerland.
Sorry, but I'm talking about the game after
the quarterfinal game is the one you are referring to.
The quarterfinals, she was marked out of the game. The semi-finals, Spain did probably nothing until Samuel Parayello came in. So if you're going to look at Aitana Bonmati and her full body of work in this tournament, it is not compelling. She's only coming off the reputation that globally come to them. She's best player and she's Ballon d'Or contender.
3 goals and 2 assists at this
Miyazaki, what's her name? She has 4 goals.
And she's a defender.
Exactly.
Miyazawa
has 5 goals.
For the
Illicet has 4 goals.
For the defender, while we are talking about MVPs, typically
players. So defenders can win MVPs.
I'm not saying players. I'm saying typically MVP candidates are usually at least people that played 7 games at the tournament. So I'm talking whether most likely from the final, most likely from the winning team. But let's say, to be completely liberal and say just expand it to the teams that are playing third place as well, because at least you play 7 games at this tournament. Those are the people that are typically got. Miyazawa scored 5 goals, but nobody cares if you got knocked out in the quarterfinals.
I will go back to Bonmati. Anytime she's had genuine competition in this tournament, she has frozen.
That's just unfair.
And I've given you the names of the teams she's played now. Anytime there has been quality opposition, she hasn't really fared well. All right, fine. Let's hold Bonmati on one side. Any other names stand out for you in this tournament? Maybe from the English side, Aletun, Alicia Russo.
I think Russo for me has actually been a game changer. I mean, she scored vital goals for them in the quarterfinals, also in the semi-finals. And I mean, the fact that she didn't come to this World Cup with so much expectation in terms of all of the attention a lot of people thought. Everybody knew that the English team was going to be the same way the Australian was about Assam Kerr before she had her knocked and she couldn't play the first 2 games. Everybody expected Laura James to be the show, to be the poster person of the 3 Lioness. And then the first game, she had a pretty okay game. The second game, she was just all over the place. She was a thorn in the constant flesh of their opponent. So until the moment of madness happened to her, the stamping against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, which I felt was more like a slap on the wrist. Now that was when I figured out that there is a dangerous tackle and there is another whatever it was that they said what's her name, Abiodun, Nigerian midfielder that got red carded in our first game against Canada, that our own was a dangerous tackle. That's why they gave her 3-match ban, and then Laura James was not a dangerous tackle. That's why they gave her 2-match. So I think all of that kind of took, I mean, even disciplinary wise, she certainly probably just kicked herself off, especially except if she does the unthinkable at the final.
So you guys can see that we are struggling to find
exactly. That's why I said Russo. I think Russo for me lived up to that bill. Now it should have been a different game if the
even the Alex Russo mentioned this time last week was considered to be having a bad tournament.
But well, it flipped. And the most important thing in knockout stages.
Players that have been consistent for England the entire tournament. The captain, Millie Bright, she has been special.
And the Carter lady, she's been special.
Then look at someone like Lauren Emp now. Lauren Emp also is a player of the tournament.
Yes, last match she was the player of the game.
So maybe you guys don't really get a grasp of what I'm looking for here. Someone who has stepped up, someone who is head and shoulder above. There is none. That is what that's my point here.
The last one,
I think Bonmati is, but
the only player I could look at here, Michael, is Spain's Salma Parayello. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
She's a young player of the tournament.
So Salma wins this tournament to Spain, and you're looking at an MVP who was majorly an impact player.
Exactly.
That also doesn't look good on the tournament itself. So we are being forced to now look at players who have played 7 games or 7 games and they're not really compelling.
I think the line is that a lot of people came into this World Cup with different ideas, with different ideologies, especially the countries that have not attended, that have not been to the World Cup before. By the way, a lot of people are even looking at the Spanish team. They qualified for their first ever World Cup in 2015. That was the first time they were attending the FIFA World Cup. And look at how they've grown. The last European Championship, when they played the 3 Lioness, the 3 Lioness had to win them in extra time, 2-1, before England knocked them out in the quarterfinal stage, and England went ahead to win the World Cup. So you look at this Spanish team, and I don't know how far they'll go in this tournament. I understand what Wale is saying, but I think this is where we are. In the last World Cup 2019, everyone saw Megan Rapinoe. We knew she was obviously the face of the team. The USA team were coming to defend their title, and she knew the responsibility that was on her shoulders. And she before the tournament finished, everyone knew that it was going to be her and anybody else.
Is this not a good?
But this tournament,
is this not a good?
Exactly. So I think that's why I want to wrap up this conversation with
the other teams. Players within the other team are also beginning to have elite mentality, that they don't come to the big stage and you push them over.
Now, the positive I want to drive from this, it's not a negative. It's just a point I wanted us to bring out from this tournament, and Michael, is the fact that the women's game has evolved considerably over the past 4 years, and the two defining features of this competition in a tactical sense has been the compactness of teams and the physicality of teams, that it has stifled individualism to show in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to the coach for that. I mean, the tactical development of the women football this World Cup, I mean, those players, they've just shown they can perform their duties. They can carry out the manager's instruction, and they've done really well with the Spanish national team, the English national team. That has made it difficult for them to pick out a face of this tournament, a poster girl of this tournament. Every one of them has done according, and it's a big shout out to the coach for me.
Let me cut it a bit here. Yeah. I disagree on that point, because I don't even think it's a case of the teams are playing at the high level. I think it's a case of there are just so many good players.
Exactly.
Look, 11 players have scored. 11 players have scored 3 goals. 4 players have scored 4 goals. Then the top scorer has had 5 goals. So, like, even in the men's tournament, we don't see that many players on that many with that many amount of goals. So, like, it's a case of there are so many players that can score. Lauren James has 3 goals, 3 assists, and she has even missed 2 games. So, like, these are the,
but maybe also it's easy to score in the women's game.
They are also playing against women. It's not like they are playing against men.
Please, I just had to chip that in. But let's spend the next 5 minutes still talking about the Women's World Cup. Then we'll take another break. Real quick, guys. Sarina Wiegman, the English manager, she has rejected speculation that she may leave a job to coach the United States after the World Cup. Do you think that will be considered a step up? Remember, the US coach resigned yesterday, Vlatko Andanovic. Is resigned, and the US job is the biggest in the world right now. We even linked Randy Waldrum to the job yesterday, 2 days ago.
Don't go there.
But do you think Sarina Wiegman might have her head turned after this tournament to take the job?
If she wins this tournament, she will probably be the most successful female coach. I mean, she's been at this stage. She's won it all.
She's done 4 consecutive major finals.
So is whatever club, whatever country she eventually goes to, is a plus for that country, whether US or she stays. And by the way, there are even talks that she may take over from Gary Southgate if Gary Southgate contract does not get renewed.
So I think we are overreacting to that.
No, it was everywhere yesterday.
So the CEO of the FA, Mike Bullingham,
said they don't want to hear anything.
If his contract is up in 2024, that's Southgate, and they're looking for a new manager, they won't also hesitate to open the pot and say if there's a woman in the mix.
You just use 30 seconds to expatiate what I just said.
But they have not said that. They've only said that we are open to.
That's what I said. That if Gary Southgate's contract expires in 2024, which is next year, they can actually bring her in to come take over the 3 Lions.
But the conversation also going on in England right now, it is also bothering Tunde Young on the pay package of Sarina Wiegman. The year for her part of the English media saying it's now time to achieve parity with Southgate. By the way, for this conversation's sake, Southgate earns 5 million annually. Do you know how much Sarina earns? She earns £400,000 annually.
The most expensive signing in the history of women's football is 400,000.
I think Karen Walsh is the most expensive.
Yeah, when she moved from Man City,
she earns 400,000 annually. If she wins the World Cup, I mean, some are even saying that she a statue has to be at Wembley. Do you think that conversation needs to be had?
I mean, if they've made it happen with the United States, that's what the players will be able to point to. I get the pay disparity in club football because you kill what you eat, what you kill, or you kill what you eat. You can only earn what you are making. But for a national team where it's basically at the hands of the FA, I mean,
but the national team also from a commercial point of view.
Yes, I agree.
It's not equal.
I agree. Yeah. It is not equal, or it was not equal in the past.
Now it's getting closer.
It is getting. You cannot tell me that the English national women's team have not started raking in the money with the way they become like.
If they win the World Cup, they will be having the European Championship and the FIFA World Cup with them in the space of 20 months.
They filled up Wembley just last year. Like
when they played the finals, 89,000 capacity.
This is a team that also has an opportunity to win England's second ever World Cup of any of any gender.
Male or female.
So like she should definitely be getting, you know.
Same thing with Gareth Southgate.
I'm not saying same thing with Gareth Southgate, because
of course she'll get a bump, definitely.
Yeah, she'll be getting a
she gets a raise.
Also, it's a case of negotiation power, to be honest, because I don't see a case of saying someone like Every Renard, we don't know Every Renard's contract, but I really doubt that Every Renard is any women's football wages.
No,
I really doubt.
No, it can't be any. How?
All right,
can't.
As we wrap up, FIFA President Gianni Infantino also has urged women's football to pick the right battles in the fight for equal pay, while placing the onus on women to enforce the change. This statement has gotten him a lot of criticism. He says that women have to open or bang the door open, and Ada Egeberg has been been very critical of this statement, and even the women footballers are not happy with Gianni Infantino. They feel, why do we have to open the door? Why do we have to bang it open? Why can't you open it for us and let's walk in? But it's a conversation that needs to be had. We've had a successful tournament. I mean, the pot gets bigger the next World Cup. The money gets bigger the World Cup, and this is progress. Some are even saying it's time that the prize money for the men's World Cup is the same with the women's World Cup. But crucially, things are getting better and better. The prize money from last World Cup is 3 times more bigger for this World Cup. So that's progress. All right, let's do some bills. When we come back, we'll switch it up to the big leagues. Talking points from the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A is back, and Bundesliga is back as well. What game are you looking for? To talk to us, on 09136400410. Once again, 09136400410. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Sports Update on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Omo, our eye don't see way for this cash palava. As conductor they shout,
as you enter, so enter with your change.
market women go dey hala.
I beg, this one don't tell no fit collect am.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
when you call see that better yama roasted fish wey don dey hungry you since nko.
I no carry my wallet come out too.
See life not suppose hard like this o. Na im make all of us for Naija dey pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Eko City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Eko City Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus, Eko City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotun Egbe, Lagos State. Eko City Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 54 0610, Wale 091 62 92 7079, Praise 091 62 69 9996, Adelanwa 081 26 580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Eco City Polytechnic, building industry ready professionals.
Omo, our eye don't see way for this cash palava. As conductor they shout,
as you enter, so enter with your change.
market women go dey hala.
I beg, this one don't tell no fit collect am.
Supermarket people go dey tell you say,
Okay, we no get change. I beg, use and take sweet now.
when you call see that better yama roasted fish wey don dey hungry you since nko.
I no carry my wallet come out too.
See life not suppose hard like this o. Na im make all of us for Naija dey pay for everything with Momo. Dial *671# or download the new Momo app make you follow enjoy this better life. Momo, better than cash.
You are listening to Sports Update on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Alright, welcome back. It's still Sports Cruise on mainland 98.3 FM. Today, Young Okwemi Akiodi and Michael on the program. Don't forget, the weekend is lit with us. Saturday Sports Cruise 2 to 5. And we'll be your eyes and ears for the 3 p.m. fixtures of the Premier League, and not only the Premier League Championship. Every results. We'll keep eyes on that for you tomorrow on the show. So make sure
and
you
there'll
keep
be
it with
Porter's
us.
Corner.
Yeah, there'll be Porter's Corner. Yeah. How were your bets last week?
Oh, bloody.
I was told that there was something burning on Jota, and it was your tickets that was burning.
My tickets were flaming.
I was seeing the flame from
They
the
were
flames.
flammable.
And they see the flames from Anthony here.
They
said that your tickets.
guess how many open bets I had at the start of Saturday?
How many?
21.
Yeah, big boy.
It was
in this economy.
It was all gone at the end of the day.
in this economy.
I shot 0 for 21 from the field.
Alright guys, we're streaming live on Facebook, and you to drop your comments, we'll read them, and call us up 091 36000 410. We'll take them once they come through. The World Championships starting tomorrow. Team Nigeria in action. I've been trying to reach DJ. I think maybe he's trying to settle in Budapest, but I understand that Nigeria's 4x400 men's team have got a very, very tough hit over the weekend. They are in it too, alongside Jamaica, Poland, Netherlands, Switzerland, France, Germany, and the Czech Republic. It's a baptism of fire. Jamaica have a personal best of 3 minutes 11.76. So, and that's a season. I have a season best of 3 minutes 19.66. How Nigeria aims to better that, left to be seen. But hopefully we can reach Deji. If we can't, I promise we'll be able to do that tomorrow. I'm on Saturday Sports Cruise. All right, let's get back to more football here, and start with the Bundesliga. Kicks off tonight. It's a Bayern's league. It's Bayern's world we live in. But I don't know if I was saying it here. 60% of online voters on Kicker Magazine, Tunde Young, don't believe that Bayern are going to win a 12th consecutive title. Why do you think so?
60% of online voters are lying to themselves, because even last season, when Bayern Munich genuinely should not have won the league,
they still did.
They still somehow managed to do, because Dortmund gift wrapped it, put it in a box, delivered it on their own to Bayern Munich. Before they paid the delivery by themselves. So at the end of the day, there's a reason Bayern Munich have won this for a decade straight. It's because their heads and shoulders above the rest, and they mastered this by recruiting the very best players in Germany. Bayern Munich, of course, the players already want to play for you, and then you have a significant economic power over the rest of the teams. You are able to attract those players. But now that Germany is even suffering a dearth of talent, they are doing something that we have not seen them do, which is spreading their tentacles outside Germany and picking the best players. Don't forget, they were in for Declan Rice. He did not come to them, but they were in for him. They were at some point rumored to be in for Caicedo. I don't know how true that is, but their name came up in that discussion. It shows the fact that they are not willing to just go to Stuttgart and go and pick another midfielder. They are going for the absolute best. Maybe it's a Thomas Tuchel thing, who knows? But the fact that they were able to bring in Harry Kane when normally they would have just signed this Wolfsburg striker Füllkrug, who is also good, but it's not Harry Kane. That's
Füllkrug is Werder Bremen.
Yeah, Werder Bremen. So that's what they would have typically done in recent years. Just pick the best players in Germany and develop with the team. But the fact that they are going for global superstars shows that they are not even focused on the league this season. Forget what happened in Super Cup. I think we all know what Tuchel can do as a manager, and I think the minutes he
so
gets the team
maybe the online voters haven't forgotten because of the way in which they lost, and maybe there seems to be, we've been here before a couple of times, but this time it feels a bit different. There's a genuine trio of contenders here, led by Borussia Dortmund, who have got Sabitzer, gives them a bit of experience, but they have to recover from the loss of Jude Bellingham and also from the psychological effect of what happened on the final day of last season. There's Bayer Leverkusen, who are building something good with Xabi Alonso. Granit Xhaka gives them a lot of experience and know-how. Grimaldo, Victor Boniface can also provide goals. And there's Leipzig, who brought in some very, very interesting names. There's Šeško, Lois Openda, Nisi Seiwald, Xavi Simons, and there's also Dani Olmo, who, if he gives you a long season filled with consistency and fitness, can be very, very. I think it will stay.
We hear that City are interested.
I think it will stay, although it's like a Pep Guardiola kind of player. Yeah. But if these three teams can really, really dig in, maybe it feels like see if there's something that can push back. Like I said, we have been here before. nobody seems is convinced by all of this. My grammar and blowing the last few seconds. Otunde Young, Okwemi, do you agree?
I think no matter what they do, they just bring some form of spice, just to extend how long or how late it's going to be for Bayern to win it. Maybe they'll win it with 4 games to go rather than the sometimes 11, 9 games to go. But we saw the push last season. Borussia Dortmund and they've done it over and over again. There are times they will be leading Bayern with 5 points into January, and then Bayern, they will still capitulate and fluff their lines, and Bayern will still out of nowhere come to win it. So I think all of these clubs, from RB Leipzig to Borussia Dortmund to Bayer Leverkusen, they will certainly just try. They probably just extend, the timing for Bayern. Bayern will still win it, because there's no way you're bringing in Harry Kane, a player that I don't know if, see, my biggest fear for Harry Kane is I don't know if he's still in that space where he would need to, in quotes, settle into a new league. A lot of people felt Hala was going to struggle with England, moving into the English football. Dude scored in like 11 minutes into his first game, and he didn't look back, even started up this. So I don't know if he's going to
plug and play.
That's what I want to do. I don't know if he's going to be plug and play. He looks like someone that is ready. I mean, even the game he came in that they lost 3-0, the German Super Cup, he was already talking to the referee. Apparently, he just figures out, the referee probably doesn't speak English, and I can't. But you could see that he's already pushing. He didn't
realize also that all of the referees in Germany speak English. Actually,
well, he probably just felt they couldn't communicate.
I agree.
I would have learned that. Just saw a Bayern player coming and he just for the more experienced people to handle it. But speaking of that game that you even referenced, I watched the game. I watched it for financial reasons, but I watched it. And the fact of the matter is that Bayern Munich actually played quite well. They did not defend well, and I know that that's something that Thomas Tuchel will figure out, because he's defensively sound as a manager. In fact, some might say it's too defensive as a manager. But overall, they played well. They created chances. They had Matis Tel in front and not Harry Kane, and that's why they did not score. Matis Tel missed 2 clear-cut chances and 1 half chance. Those are the kind of chances that Harry Kane would have had a hat-trick. So whether new league, new team or not, Harry Kane is Harry Kane. If he gets the chance, he will score. So the only thing that you can say is how will he adjust to the team, how will he figure out where how they create the chances and stuff like that. But if you give Harry Kane the chances, he will convert. And we have already seen that Bayern Munich don't necessarily need Harry Kane to win the league. But let me play Wale's advocate a bit, and not to call you the devil.
I'm going to say Wale the devil.
Not to call you the devil. But it does have some
element of
resemblance. Okay. But yeah, I see the point you are making with RB Leipzig. If anybody is going to do it, I think it's going to be Leipzig. Because usually,
not Dortmund.
No, usually other Bundesliga teams are usually on the back foot trying to replace players that they lost. Dortmund, Leipzig have lost some players. Nkunku to Chelsea,
Konrad Laimer to Bayern,
Szoboszlai to Liverpool, Vadio to Manchester City. Those are key players, but those are the key fabric of their last season. Not only have they replaced them, they've replaced them in 2 folds. They lost Vadio, they signed 2 centre backs. They signed by Bishabu, and they signed Lukeba from Lyon, one of the best young centre backs in the French league last season. You mentioned Lois Openda as well, who is going to bring the goals. He scored for Arsenal last season, and he replaces Nkunku's goals. Nkunku left as the top scorer in the German Bundesliga. Most people do not realize
with just 16 goals. Though.
I mean, still the top scorer. Will you collect this from me?
I think it was joint top scorer with.
It's the one that they gave that they are weird.
Yeah, but I think both of them, 2 players ended on 16 goals.
Yeah, and not only does Openda come in to replace the goals, they bring in Benjamin Šeško, who at some point this time last year
was getting the numbers.
Was the darling of football hipsters.
Exactly.
That's like that's why people want to act like they know football. They will mention one player that they think you don't really know about, and the scoring goals is Dennis Metro is that guy. Even though the hype had died down over the last few months, but
I beg you, after the show, go check Šeško's numbers in the Austrian Bundesliga. Very good numbers.
Yeah,
so it was merited hype. I think he had injuries then.
I didn't say it was merited. I was just making the point about football hipsters generally and how they behave. But
of which you are one, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So apart from the challenges, in between, you find Union Berlin who are having a final run. I hear that Leonardo Bonucci might be heading to Union Berlin to help them also with the Champions League. They can't play Champions League games at home. They'll be playing in the home of their neighbors, that is Hertha Berlin at the Olympia Stadion. They already have who else do they have? Ruben Gosens also joined Union Berlin. Decent signing.
The Chelsea striker Datro Fofana.
On loan too.
And he had a good preseason.
So they might be outsiders. Remember, they were also mixing it with Bayern for long stretches last season in that title race, but we knew they were never going to last or go the distance. All right, you can call us all right now, 09136600410. We also hear there's something brewing up between Thomas Tuchel and Joshua Kimmich about his positioning. Tuchel says him as a number 8, Kimmich says he's a number 6, and Tuchel says he makes the game too slow. I hope they find a solution to it. So I'll keep my eyes on the game tonight, where Kimmich actually plays tonight for Bayern Munich. All right, our first call is here. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise. Hello? Hello, good evening. All right, please. Hello, good evening.
Jamie from Ajugan.
Jamie, welcome.
For Bayern, they are going to win the league.
You know they even greet us. You just go straight to the point. I see.
I like Jamie.
Very focused, Jamie.
They are going to win the treble. Jerry Booker, Bundesliga, and Champions.
About your feelings.
See, boy. Hey, greatness, that line is not good.
Treble winner. Your line is not clear like Man City this season.
Too bad. That line is not clear, and we'll have to end that call. Please call us back. Hello.
Hello, good evening, guys.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise.
Thank you, Aisha Tulola.
All right, Aisha, welcome. Go on.
Let me start from Toby Amusu. I'm really happy for her. I mean, I was really praying for her to pull through. My fear for her is not the World Athletic Championship this year. It's the Olympics, because I really want her to go to the Olympics and go all out and win gold medal next year. For the FIFA Women's World Cup, my head is telling me England and my heart is telling me Spain.
Which one do you follow?
Because I know that the moment the English team should go all out to win that trophy, we won't hear word. All these guys coming home, they won't let us hear word. But we need to give kudos to Coach Serena. She's been doing an amazing job. Like you said, 4 finals. It takes someone who is very, very good
and
to
consistency.
Yes, consistency is there for her. And for me, I still think Tuchel is not the man for the job at Bayern Munich. Yes, we all know that Bayern Munich will always win the Bundesliga because we have teams like Dortmund who won't go all the way. When they have the opportunity to win it, they end up messing up. But for Jamie saying they win that UEFA Champions League, I doubt it. I doubt it.
All right, thank you very much, Aisha. Let's read some comments on Facebook. I have one from Pedro Peter here, who says, hello, guys. He says we should do a brief intro about the World Athletics Championships, which begins tomorrow. Great show, thumbs up. Pedro, thank you very much. And for Nigeria, it's the good news. Although, while speaking to Dejo Gambo from the airport yesterday, he said if he had to make a decision for Toby Amusu, he would have told her not to participate and wait till the Olympics, because he's not really sure in what psychological state of mind she is. Fine, physically she's good. She just won in Prague, won Diamond League. So, but from an emotional point of view, he's not really sure where she's at right now, and feels like maybe just wait to the Olympics. I told him Ferdinand Omanyala, the Kenyan, the 100 meters, got to Oregon for the last World Championships. He got there late because of visa issues. Is it? He got to the stadium 2 hours before his hit. I got to the semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit different because
he explained that was different. Yeah, that was different.
So, but I do see your point, but also let's not forget that Toby Amusu is, I don't know her personally, but I do believe that as a professional she must have been keeping ready. She always believed that she was innocent, that she would have been cleared anyway. From her initial statements and from people that are close to her, believe that she knew that she had hoped.
But she must have been running scared. I mean, this came very, very late. It came on the eve of the tournament.
Yeah, but also she must have been preparing like she was certain she was going. So even if she not go, it's better to not be prepared. She wants to be at the World Championship. She has spoken about this before, so it's not like she will wait like, okay, let me wait till the judgment comes out and then I'll get ready mentally and physically. Like you said, physically she's ready. She was at Diamond League and all of that, but I think mentally as well, I choose to believe that she has the mental fortitude to have continued training on like she wasn't having issues.
All right, for Africa, 28 medals are the last one in Oregon. Can we do better? Can the continent do better this year? That is the big question, but all faith and hopes is on Toby Amuson and Faith Kipyegon, who is regarded as the greatest all-time 1500 meters runner. I mean, she's world record holder, she's world championship holder, she's got Olympic. She's done 3 world records, I think, already this year. So we'll keep our eyes on Faith Kipyegon and what she can do for Africa in this tournament. Wade van Niekerk also has recovered really well from injury, so watch out for him in the 400 meters as well. Mario Jose Telu is still going on strong at how old is she these days? She should probably like 47. No, she's 34. Mario Jose Telu is 34. She's still mixing it up, but we don't know if she will get gold in Budapest. So that's it from the African point of view. From a bigger perspective, Zanel Hughes is one athlete to also keep your eyes on from Team UK. He's been doing some very good times this year, and I won't be bothered. I won't be surprised if he strikes gold in Budapest. Now, guys, we've got about 7 minutes to go. Let's take a look at the key games from the Premier League. We've done the Bundesliga. The Serie A also returns with a lot of questions. But we did a preview yesterday. Napoli waiting Frosinone. We'll see if they can, start well and try to defend title. But in the Premier League, we've got a couple of talking points. Michael, let me get a start with you. I like the look of Chelsea versus West Ham. Basically, it's 2 teams who are welcoming new midfielders into the mix. West Ham, James Ward-Prowse, Edson Alvarez. Paqueta's move is off, I hear. Because of
being suspended because of betting investigation.
Because he was listening to Ponta's Corner.
Because of Ivan Toney activities.
Then Chelsea also are betting in Caicedo, Romeo Lavia as well. It'll be very interesting to see how those 2 managers is in their top midfielders.
I mean, they get to show their class in terms of managing new players, a fresh midfield, especially from Chelsea. Romeo Lavia, who spends a lot, and Caicedo. They spent a lot in bringing in these midfielders, so the price has to show for it. I mean, Ward-Prowse was bought for a cheaper price, and the other midfielder they got, those players combined, the quality just has to show. Why we paid 100? Why we paid 115 million has to show in that game. So Chelsea has to dominate. These are players they pay huge sum of money for.
You don't even know if they'll play. And once you Pochettino is one of those managers that like to bet in his new signings.
It's not sure.
But bet in 115 million. Bet break your neck.
But someone like Caicedo has to go into the team.
Exactly. So they have to prove their price tag. I mean,
but why? I mean, I understand. Sorry, I understand why everybody's focusing on Tottenham, but nobody's talking about Manchester City, Newcastle.
I mean, that's
a big game at the Etihad Stadium.
Newcastle is not big anymore.
It is. It just got big now.
City might likely start that game without John Stones, Bernardo Silva. There's no Mahrez. What is left?
It doesn't make it less big. I mean,
but the biggest game is the game you mentioned at the beginning of the show, Man U Spurs.
No, for me, I think it's going to be Manchester City, Newcastle.
I think people are not mentioning it because City historically are very good at home against Newcastle. And City, this is a very one-sided fixture.
But it's most likely going to be a different ball game. Now both of them started their season.
It's a new Newcastle side.
That's what I'm saying. Both of them.
Last season they still
see the last season the Newcastle that started last season.
Which one was the
Newcastle that ended last season? That was at St. James's Park.
At the Etihad it was Sonny in favor of.
But I mean, you look at how both of them started off at Toughmore. Manchester City on Friday getting a 3-goals win. Newcastle, I mean, they just took I can't remember who they played now.
Villa?
They just took Aston Villa down to the cleaners 4-1. So I mean, you look at the squad of that Newcastle side. Look at their substitute. They brought in Callum Wilson and Barnes, and both of them came in and combined to get a goal. And Barnes eventually still got a goal for himself. A goal and assist in the space of 23 minutes. So they want to fancy their chance against Manchester City tomorrow. And besides, Manchester City just came back from the UEFA Super Cup, no break, and they're going straight up into it and playing on Saturday.
The last time Newcastle won away at City was not even the Etihad Stadium.
They were still,
It was in the year 2000. It was 1-0. The last time they even avoided defeat was 2006.
I'll see how that pans out for Newcastle tomorrow at the Etihad. But let's talk about Liverpool. We'll also have a first look at Wataru Endo, the new Japanese recruit who is about 31 years old. 30 plays at Stuttgart. I think the last time Liverpool shelled out a transfer fee for a player 30 plus was 7 years ago. Wow. Maybe shows their desperation, but we hear it's decent. We hear it's good. But I don't know what he's bringing to the table. He can also play a centre back for Liverpool. But Klopp has put a positive spin towards it. He says, hey, when he joined Newcastle, or when he joined Liverpool, James Milner was 29. And all of the success he achieved while he was around, You know, if Milner wasn't around, they might likely also not have achieved it. So maybe Endo might just be the guy who could also stabilize them and give them a bit of solidity in that department.
I think he can. If they had gone for Endo to begin with, it would not have been met with pessimism. The pessimism comes from the fact that you missed out on your top 2 targets who are significantly more attractive players.
But they're also long-term targets. They can give you long-term.
Yeah, that's the point. But Endo himself, you know, he's a good player. He gives them what you require. For people that are wondering how he can perform at the highest level, go watch Japan versus Germany.
The World Cup. It was at the World Cup.
It was fantastic against Germany. Masterclass here, breaking up play and recycling possession.
But this looks like a Casemiro signing all over again. Like Jamie Carragher was saying.
Exactly.
I mean, Jamie will give you what is world class, but he can't give you long term. He can't repay that 70 million. I just realized today that Casemiro still has 4 more years left on his contract. Now you can understand what Chelsea have done with Romelu Lavia and Caicedo. They've spent big money to be able to save in the long term. And what Liverpool have done right now is that, okay, this is just short term. We can't find something long term, but it is also not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, it works because Endo does not cost 70 million. It's a 16 million signing. It's a signing that if he gives them this season, he gives them next season, it's good. In fact, players don't get finished at 32 actually. It's someone that
Theo Walcott got finished at 34 though.
It works differently, but
I wish we could talk about Theo Walcott today, but we don't have time. I think we'll do that next week. It would be nice to analyze Theo Walcott after he announced his retirement. Was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay, announced that yesterday. Southampton, Arsenal, Everton, and Southampton. That's how his trajectory went. But we'll do that next week by the grace of God. By the way, Endo Wataru joins a very interesting list of Japanese who have played in the Premier League. Do you guys remember a couple?
Shinji Kagawa.
Yeah.
Pops to mind.
Takehiro Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu currently plays.
Listen, I mean, guys, take me way back. Yeah, take me way back. Okpe, take us way back. Favorite Japanese who played in the Premier League. All right, you know what? I'm going to take the next call. If you can give me about 4 Japanese let's do 5. 5 Japanese who played in the Premier League. I'm going to do a 2K time recharge this evening. How about do that? 2 calls or 3 calls at 6:55. We'll wrap up the show with that. All right, let's take this call. Hello. Hi, good evening.
I'm calling back. I don't know, but I want to talk about Liverpool.
All right.
Liverpool is not serious love. What of Fulham?
Jamie, thank you very much for calling. Really, really appreciate your call. Let's take the next caller. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show. Hello. Hi, good evening. All right, please do call us back. 5 Japanese who did it in the Premier League. Tunde Young already is scouring the internet for that as usual. But you can.
That's what it's meant for. That's what it's meant for.
That's why we have free Wi-Fi now. All right, off the top of my head, I think the guy won the Premier League. Okazaki.
Shinji Okazaki.
Yeah. If I'm gonna go,
I was even going to call the ones that are still in the Premier League right now. Minamino, not Minamino. Minamino is there, but this Brighton boy, Mitoma,
yeah.
So yeah.
If you go way back, we have Junichi Inamoto, Hidetoshi Nakata. Yeah, I think Inamoto played Arsenal, played Fulham. Nakata also played. Yeah. I think Nakata also in there, and there was one guy who played for.
Why is nobody talking about Minamino?
No, you mentioned Minamino.
Okay, mention.
Please, one guy played for Newcastle. He was a fraud. They brought him in from Germany. You see, Yuto or Muto? There's something to, but I think it was Muto. It was a striker. Then Arsenal had one too, Ryo Miyachi.
That's Yoshinori Muto.
Yeah, Muto.
I remember now. Nakata Hidetoshi Nakata or whatever.
He played 17 games.
Nakata is a legend. Nakata is even regarded as probably the greatest Japanese player in Premier League.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Muto plays the greatest Japanese Premier League. I have an unpopular pick.
Who is my greatest?
Maya Yoshida.
Because he played plenty games.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
I just mentioned Okazaki won the Premier League.
Okay,
that's true.
Won it. I think it's.
We actually got quite a few players though. Maybe we should just close it up.
No, I'm taking my 2K home. No, nobody's.
No, I mean just for the people.
Hello, good evening. Oh, you have the list. All right. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, you don't know where you're calling from.
This is Chisom coming from Bariga.
Chisom, welcome.
I've just completed the sign of Lavia.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you very much. Lavia is a blue. She'll be probably in action tomorrow for Chelsea against West Ham. All right, let's wrap up with that list.
Yeah, a quick one. We have Yoshinori Muto for Newcastle, 17 games, only 1 goal. We have Shinji Okazaki, who won the Premier League title with Leicester City. We have Maya Yoshida for Southampton. Of course, everyone knows him. We have Shinji Kagawa for Manchester United. We also have Rod Miyachi for Arsenal, Bolton Wanderers, and Wigan Athletic. And we have Idetuchi Nakata for Bolton Wanderers. And of course, we have Keizuki Toda for Tottenham Hotspur. And then we have Juninho Inamino for Arsenal from West Bromwich Albion. And we have Minamino for Liverpool when it was signed from RB Leipzig.
All right, we have to go. The AKO Championship fight card is out. Daniel Lemeka will take on Sara Yakuba in middleweight bout. Emmanuel Bernard against Gaswiri Diata in the featherweight bout. Jandon Santos against Coco Limpio in the lightweight as well. And all of that action is coming your way in Lagos tomorrow. So you can catch that. Main event will be a West African affair in the middleweight division. And just Daniel Lemeka and Ivory Coast Saris Yakuba will be taxed with putting a stop to the event that is AKO2. Remember, this is the brainchild of Kamaru Usman, and yes, a very, very big one. They call it Africa's MMA. All right, enjoy the weekend, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully by the grace of God, 2 p.m. for Saturday Sports Cruise. So, thank you very much. Tony Young, Michael, thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.